We are done editing our video. We've done all the process that we need to do. Now we have to export the video. I want to take you through how you can export your video to get the quality that you need. So now we have this project active and then we want to export. Now you can see there's a export section. In case you are not seeing this kind of row here, you have to go to file and then you see export and then you hover your mouse and you see media. So that allow you to export your video. But if you are someone like me who want to always use a shortcut, I would like to use a shortcut. So I'll click on Control M on my Windows, and then if I click on Control M, my interface need to change to the export section. So let me go back to this. Control M. Okay. If it's not coming, that means you are doing something wrong. Yes, it's working now. That means you should be in a workspace where it allow you to do a shortcut for the whole software, not for a particular section of the workspace. So now we have these settings ready. So for you to export, first you need to name your file. So you can see here documentary, and normally it comes with your sequence name. I mentioned that if you are creating sequence, you should name your sequence. In case you don't know, you don't name your sequence, it will come with the default file name. So the media file, if it's DCS 12777, it will come with that name. But you can rename it by just highlighting and then you change the name. So I want to say documentary for training. And location means where you want to save your video file. So if you click on it, it will take you to where you want to save your media file, and then you'll be able to save your file at that particular point. But there are some few things that you need to know. You can see our video is active. We have active audio. We have active effect. Our metadata is active. It came with the video. Our caption is off. That means we didn't do any caption for this video. If we should have done any caption for this video, this should be on. That means our caption is also active. But in case you want to export only the video, even at the exporting settings, you can still do some few things and change some few things as well. So I can switch off the audio and I'll just get just the video. I don't need the audio, but I can switch it on as well. I can switch the effect on, and you can see our color grading, everything will go back to default, and then I can switch it on as well. So this is how you can do a custom settings for your export. But now let's open video. You can see it has a drop down, so each of them have their own drop down. So let's open video. If you open, there will be a drop down. You scroll and you see more. So select more, and you see this. Make sure you always take the middle one, which is use maximum render quality. If you take that one, that means you are going to use, you are telling the software to edit your video for you in its quality form. So with that, you should be able to get quality video outcome. You can see we have 150 megabytes as our video size, and it's too much in case you want to send it on WhatsApp. So you have to scroll down. Aside this render quality, you scroll down and then you go to target bitrate, which is the mbps, and then you decrease it. So the more you decrease it, the more you see that your 115 will be 96. But make sure you don't decrease it to less than half of the size they gave you by default. If you do that, your video is losing majority of its quality. But if you still want to keep that same quality, you don't have to work on this. You just leave the settings by default. You keep the settings as it is, and then if there's something that you want to change that you do not know, you just have to research around and see how you can change few things before you export. But for me, I always leave the export settings because your effect and all the settings you did, all the effect control you did has be gathered together to give you this property that you need for your video file as part of your final project. So that's how you export your video. And you can see your video is in 1920 by 1080, 50 frame per second. You can see the number of minutes here. Your audio is in 48,000 hertz, and then is stereo, and then the output, this from the source, the output is H.264. So H.264 means MP4. That brings me to the format. I think I didn't go through the format. So video have its own format. That's the same way audio also have its format. Audio have the wave format, the AAC. It has a whole lot of them. The same way video also have MP4, MOV, MKV, and all those extensions. But in video editing, especially Adobe Premiere Pro, you won't see MP4. The MP you will see is just MP3, not our MP, but MP3, which is an audio file. So for you to get MP4, you have to go to H.264. So Adobe Premiere Pro H.264 is MP4. Oh, there's 4 at the end. So MP4. Okay. So if you select H.264, there's H.264 Blu-ray. But if you select the H.264 by default, it's going to be the actual MP4 HD video for you as an editor. So that's how you select an extension. You go through them and see which one you want, which one you want to use. You can export an image here, JPEG here. You can export MP3 here. You can export QuickTime. It's a MOV extension. And you can export WAV audio, even Windows Media, you can export it here. So the moment you choose wave audio, that means you are switching the video off. So automatically you see that our video is off, and then if you export, you are going to get only audio, and it's in wave extension. So now let's switch back to our H.264, and then our video should be back. So this is how you export your video to get the quality that you need for your documentary.